Welcome to Sunday Community Skirmish number 8, guys. Of course, once again, I am Imagine. With me here is Zil as my co-caster, and we are getting into the second set of our semifinal matches between the Ryders and the Sur clan. Let me actually change the names up here real quick because this is no longer Sky Bible versus Kiek. So this is Sky Invading Rhinos, who have a total of 0. There we go. And the other team is the Ryders, who also have a 0. All right, so we are going to be on Battle on the Dunes, and we do see double Mobula.
Yeah, but it is on Dunes. It's not the first time we've seen double Mobula on Dunes.
Yeah, definitely not. I think this is definitely a Ryder fancied build as well. I've seen them do this on quite a lot of occasions, and we'll see how they do against the double Pyra build. Now, last time we had a battle in the Dunes, today it ended up being long-range ships that were right in the face of each other. So we'll see if that sort of thing happens again.
Well, if the Rambition's gonna take that loadout, maybe we'll get a taste of the same thing.
Yeah, it'll be quite interesting to see how they decide to go at it, especially since it looks like the Grand is still in that Gat mortar. And we got Hades Flax, so we got that one long range, one short range. So it's definitely, so far from the looks of it, will have to be the Rhinos trying to get in close while the Riders trying to stave them off. We'll see how that ends up going.
Yep.
And hopefully we'll get this match started soon as well. We're getting a lot of
But
ship
imagine
changes
it's
still
the
going.
ship roulette, don't you know? Didn't you hear about this mini game?
Yeah, and apparently like it's the biggest problem in any tournament.
Now, I can attest that there might be some people who are blowing up that in particular issue, but I do dislike the ship roulette where they change like 10 times just before the match starts.
Yeah, it can get a little annoying. I don't think
It's
it's
more
a
of an
big
annoyance,
problem,
and
but
it's like, okay, but it's not game breaking. I'm going to strap a bomb to myself and blow myself up if you don't do it. Change it.
that was definitely an interesting analogy.
It really
So we're gonna
was.
we're gonna move on from that. I don't even know what this cast has devolved into now.
I
We've
don't
just
know either.
gone
We've been here
way
too
off the
long.
rails.
Clearly, this is the problem. God, when did this start?
It's only been like an
3?
hour.
No.
Oh
Sorry.
no, 2 hours. 2 hours. Because we
Yeah.
started about noon and it's 2 o'clock now. Pacific time, guys. Yes, I know you're all like in Euroland, and it's probably like on numbers that don't even exist because you use clocks that have like 32 hours on them for some reason.
Leave it to
I
a,
don't
a
even know.
tournament to have a 15-minute rule and yet still go on for ages.
Well, to be fair, they are best of threes. You do get time extensions every time you get a kill. They
I
haven't been really.
still like best of threes. I just
Yeah.
I,
You
I
don't wait.
can't do the whole bracket thing. Like it.
You don't like best of threes?
No, I love best of threes.
Right. Yeah, I
But the
definitely
whole
agree.
the brackets where like so for example, if I had the league but I had best of 3, oh man, that'd be like perfect world.
Yeah,
Because I
no,
could do my best of 3 and then I'm good,
I
feeling all right.
I will say that as casters, doing potentially 4 sets of best of threes,
No, you're right.
we'd
And
be here all
it would
day.
have that would probably have to be changed a little bit and
Yeah.
probably less matches and whatever. But I still like best of 3 over best of 1. It's just
Maybe it should be
so
like
much.
best of two, and then whoever has the most kills at the end of the 2 matches. That could be interesting. Because chances are you aren't gonna tie, right?
Wait, I'm trying to do math and I shouldn't be.
So you go with 2 matches, and at the end, whoever has the most kills
So
wins.
okay, let's do a hypothetical here. So you got a match and it goes 5-0.
Hmm.
Then if the then if
And
in
then
the
you
second
have
match
when the
they
other
get
team
one,
wins 5-1, you
no,
still
because
win because you
in
got
the
6
second
kills.
match you'd have to get 1 kill and then you're done.
Sure.
That seems.
Listen, we're going to be
Hey,
going into our match instead. And it was
yeah,
an idea. Maybe somebody will run with it one day.
I'll
Regardless,
run away from it.
regardless, we are getting into Battle in the Dunes. This is our second semifinal, finally getting started between the Ryders and the Skirmish Rhinos. And let's get some quick loadouts here so we can stop babbling like fools. We've got on the bottom deck Hades, Artemis. On the top deck wings, we've got Hades and a flare gun. And at the very top, we've got a flak. That is Dementio's fancy Mobula on the LibGTK, so no double Mobula. We've got a Metamidion Gatling mortar up front. That's Luosi's ship with a carronade flame gun or flamethrower or flare gun on the side. What do those blue teams have, Zil?
All right, for the Sky Invading Rhinos, we've got the Grand, piloted by Phelan. He's got a Gat mortar front with an Artemis flare side. And the Rambition, piloted by One Sols, we've got a Hades flak up front and a Artemis flare side as well. And is looking at the map.
Yeah, we
They
had
tried to do the exact same thing, except
except
Sir left.
the sir just like it's like no, we're having none of that. We watched your last game. Well, I don't know. I think
I
they
don't
actually
know if they
didn't
watched
watch
it or
but
what, but they flared them and everything. So
yeah, they were
they're
ready
like
for
privy
it.
to that. They were definitely ready for it.
Yep. So the charge came forth at this time, not getting caught unawares, but still a lot of fire coming down from the Ryder side here onto the Sir ships, but Sir is getting quite nicely set up here right amongst this wreckage and able to duck down in the cover whenever they need. So pretty good setup here by the Sky Invading Rhinos, and now they've got some open shots to LibGTK.
That's right. Yeah, this is a very interesting spot and a very very good spot for them.
Yep, and that
because they
Gatling
do
going
technically
out.
have the LibGTK. He's just kind of hanging out in the open.
Yeah, he's going to start backing up and up a little bit now, but still taking that Hades fire. That Hades doing a good job there, but now finally getting a little bit out of range, and the Fancy now able to return fire onto the Rambition as well.
Rambition losing hull. Will he get in?
And they're actually they're in a dust cloud right now, too.
Yep.
Both of these ships are in the middle of a dust cloud, and you see Rambition getting almost every single component knocked out. Oh man, if the Ryders knew about this, this would be their time to pounce. But they can't. They can't have any idea that this happened.
They're dealing with the dust cloud now, so it's kind of a double edge. You get the cloud first, but they get it second, so it kind of saves you from any kind of shenanigans. Rambition losing a sliver of perma. He is at 99.9%. Let the world know.
Hey. How many times have you seen a ship have that 0.1% hull health
Hey,
left?
I was there.
That's what I'm saying.
That's all I'm gonna say. I was there.
Did Fancy just get his balloon flared by somebody? Because it was on fire for a second and lost some damage on it. It was weird. And a lot of flares were going on, so that's what I'm going to guess happened. Anyway, flaring going on all over the place. Of course, on a map like Dunes, that flare is not the most useful, as those clouds will move and those flares will disappear, but still good enough job of doing so.
I'm looking at Sir. It looks like they want to sneak around.
Yeah, I think they're going to wait for this dust cloud, however, and then
oh, yes, for sure. But the cloud is definitely giving them an opportunity to sneak by.
Yeah, they're gonna.
They manage it.
Now the Fancy is decently far enough back so they can react to this well.
Come on.
And the LibGTK does have a gap mortar. So
here we go.
Flare coming in from LibGTK. Clutch flare to show where the ships were. But
now LibGTK is gonna start taking the focus. He does have the higher ground though, so
Moon shining forth, trying to get past these two ships. Fancy trying to shoot something. There we go.
Fancy's getting ignored, so Fancy just needs to put on the pressure here.
Oh, LibGTK armored down,
and he goes down extremely quickly, but Gron's hole goes as well.
And will those
losing.
light flags continue to connect? But no, not quite. However, that Hades still raining on in here.
He will probably
Light flag, light flag, light flag, light flag. There it goes. I think that actually may have been a Hades kill, but still, Fancy doing a good job to get that return kill. However, they got the short range ship instead of the long range ship, and so now this two long range ships going to be going at it. Although Fancy's coming in.
Rambition versus Fancy. Let's see what happens. GTK is going to be coming on in here very quickly. I don't know. Yeah.
You know, I think the Fancy's just trying to get out of blue spawn at this point. Like, they don't actually care about killing their ambition as much as not getting caught from
working
behind.
because Rambition is backing up into LibGTK.
Yep, and now in clouds, and yeah, this drove Rambition right back into LibGTK, who's coming in with that gap mortar. Grand, however, is not that far behind, and they may get a beat on Fancy. LibGTK still chasing after Ambition here. Still a lot of fire going onto that Pyramidion. And let's see what will happen now.
Ambition taking a lot of focus. Rambition goes down.
Rambition goes down, but Grand now on Fancy. And there's a dust cloud rolling on through as well, and dust clouds can wreak havoc on Mobulus. And will that ram come forth? Just not able to get the ram off once more.
But he didn't overshoot, so there's still a chance for him. Fancy's balloon is out. Interesting. Hull now going down. Where's
but Grand's gonna overshoot as the Fancy.
Where are you going?
Oh, Fancy comes over the top. LibGTK now getting into the back of the Grand. They're trying to hydro on up, but no, barely manages to get out of there.
What were you talking about? Only a sliver of
that
health.
sliver of health. However, they lost their balloon now, and that's gonna start dropping them in the bad places.
Yeah, he's turned his back to LibGTK. This is the end of that.
Yep. Now Rambition, however, has a complete open view of Fancy.
That's right. But a dust cloud is inbound, and might be the saving grace because I don't think Rambition wants to go in there anymore. That is.
Yeah, that looks like they're actually turning to. Yeah, they're turning to their side, and they're just trying to get on out of here. They know that this isn't going to be a good situation for them.
Are they going to start moving forward?
Who, LibGTK and Fancy? I mean, yeah, LibGTK's.
They're just hanging out in this dust cloud right now, so.
Nobody will suspect that anybody's in a dust cloud, right?
Yes, nobody will expect the
dust cloud charge ambush because that's all you're going to be able to do since all your guns are going to be dead. But regardless, the Sky Invading Rhinos did manage to pick up at least one kill there, which is very key. You know, a 3-1 is a much different situation than a 3-0, and they do manage to get back into their little cover area, and Fancy has had some damage done to it as well. So, you know, it's while they are down, it's not the end of the world for the Sky Invading Rhinos. There's still plenty of time to go, and still a lot of damage to be done from both sides. Spot did go down on LibGTK, however, goes behind the wreckage here.
Fancy just being Fancy out in the open there, keeping his eyes peeled. Ooh, Sir.
Yep, Sir is
definitely using the last known location there.
Yeah,
they have flares in their way. Again. Yes, there is a flare there, so they will be spotted coming through there.
Oh, but I don't think they will be because neither Fancy nor LibGTK have a line of sight to that.
Yeah.
They had absolutely no line of sight, so now they'll be seen. But this has allowed the Sir teams to actually come right around.
There it goes. There goes spots. And now we might get the same focus on LibGTK that we did in the first engage.
Yep, Rambition already shooting up to LibGTK. LibGTK
shooting up.
Hydroing right on up, and then moonshining forth to try to get into this fight. LibGTK is within Gatling range now. There you go. But LibGTK getting focused by the Grand and the Rambition.
Oh, big focus going on LibGTK. His whole
getting
armor
a lot of damage done to it, but they get their armor back up just in time. Will they be able to take anything onto the Grand? Not quite. LibGTK.
Nope, taking lots of focus fires. Whole armor's down. Where's the shots?
Oh,
he gets quite. The armor up.
Yeah, gets on. Grand is actually taking. Oh no, I'm Fancy taking full advantage of this. LibGTK, however, gonna get taken down there.
But come on, Grand, you gotta get out of there.
No, still getting slammed
Flat coming
in the back.
Oh, Flat got him.
Yep, once more taken out the Grand, and so
A
Ryder's doing a good job of
bad
getting a
bounce for
return kill.
Grand, I think, sealed that, and he just, you ignore the Mobula, the Mobula will kill you.
Yeah, well, it really helps that
It's the
they
Spire syndrome.
quite so. Definitely a bad bounce there.
Oh,
Bad bounce
Rambition,
by
that
Grand,
was.
but they're just running straight into one of
Yes, he
these.
ran straight into one of those into those ribs there, and yeah.
Well, thankfully for them, there was no follow-up here by the Ryders side. Ryders kind of content to just sit around. They've got a good lead
They've
now.
got 4-2. The timer for them is in their favor. They can force a position now.
Yeah, and it's definitely going to be up to the Sky Invading Rhinos to figure out what to do here.
Yep.
And
Spots now.
once again, this is of course best of 3. So if the Rhinos lose here, no biggie. They can move on and try to win the next 2. It's not the easiest thing, of course, but it's always there for a purpose. And our ambition is getting shot at back by the Fancy. So long range fire being exchanged here, which we'll see how that works out for their ambition. Looks like they're definitely going to move on back a little bit.
Good Hades fire from these teams. I will admit, or I will say.
Yeah, I mean, we see a few of those miss there, but it's when you're this far and trying to shoot over, possible debris as well. You can afford a few misses. We definitely do see a lot of Hades misses, which always makes me just a little bit sad.
It's only sad when it could have killed something. Otherwise, it's kind of like a bad Hawacha shot. I think it's a psychological play too, because you see the Hades and you're like, oh god, Hades, and then you kind of move and.
Yeah, and I mean the double Hades here from the Fancy makes it that even if you're missing some of them, as long as both of your Hades are
quantity over
connecting,
quality there.
Yeah, if you're connecting with a decent amount of shots, it will do the same amount as say the Rambition with the is there a mission? Yeah, they only have the single Hades, so one plus one is bigger than just one. Simple math there.
All right, yeah, okay, this is interesting. They're going to come
Fancy
around this corner again. Fancy is the one, however,
is
in a very interesting spot.
It's kind of turned the right way, but LibGTK is actually quite far away here, and if the Rambition can... Oh, but LibGTK is going to come right through the clouds and charge at the Rambition. Rambition hydroed up a little bit there, trying to get out of arcs.
Wow, this is going to be very interesting
engagement. There's that
needs to be careful.
Double Hades. Oh, kind of missed shots there, which give it a little bit of reprieve.
LibGTK coming around the corner, focusing on Grand, and they switch their focus. Grand. Yeah, this is dangerous.
LibGTK, nice ram on Grand, and all sorts of fire going down at it, but no mortars to follow it up until that armor is already back up. Rambition now trying to take the LibGTK, but these two red ships are not letting up on their Grand, and Grand
can he get him? Yes!
Oh, the ram!
Grand, survive!
The ram doesn't happen, but Grand is still getting shot, and he's taken down by those last few shots from the Fancy. So that Mobula paying dividends once more here for the Ryders. They will take the match number 1. So well fought there by Sky Invading Rhinos in the end, but just too much firepower coming in from that Mobula. Too much Hades, too much flak.
A lot of very good focus fire, but the problem is that it just left something as dangerous as a Mobula with all those guns to kind of just hang out and do its own thing, focus what it needed to, and it got the job done.
Absolutely. I think I'm trying to remember if the Mobula even died a single time. I think they may have died once.
No,
I think it was all the LibGTK. Yeah.
Remember, it got into a really sketchy engagement, but they overshot and then they ended up going to. It ended up working in his favor. I don't think the Mobula died that round.